Tonight on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people are talking about Donald Trump signing an executive order to get rid of DEI, which is diversity, equity, and inclusion programs at the federal level. And let's go ahead on and look into this because, as you can clearly see, what we need is FBAs. Let's check this out. Trump escalates campaign against diversity, threatens private sector probes. Now they're saying here that Trump escalated his campaign against diversity programs on Tuesday by pressuring the private sector to join the initiative and telling government employees in offices administering such programs they will be placed on paid leave. And so on his first day of office, Trump issued a series of executive orders to end diversity, equity, inclusion programs that attempt to promote opportunities for women. Now, when they say women, they mean white women. Ethnic minorities means anyone outside of white. Of course, we know what LGBT is and other traditionally underrepresented groups. It says civil rights advocates have argued such programs are necessary to address longstanding inequities and structural racism. These programs will never address racism. They won't. So I don't know why, who's these civil rights advocates? Said Trump and his supporters say DI programs end up unfairly discriminating against other Americans and weaken the importance of candidates' merit in job hiring or promotion. They say an executive order issued on Tuesday, Trump revoked executive orders dating as far back as 1965 on environmental actions, equal employment opportunities, and encouragement to federal contractors to achieve workforce balance on race, gender, and religion. They say the 1965 order that was revoked was signed by then President Lyndon Johnson to protect the rights of workers employed by federal contracts and ensure that they remain free from discrimination on the basis of race, color, religion, sex, sexual orientation, gender identity, or national origin. According to the Labor Department, said Trump's executive order seeks to dissuade private companies that receive government contracts from using DEI programs and hiring on the basis of race or sex, as they would the order called illegal DEI, discrimination and preferences. They're saying that it asks the government agencies to identify private companies that might be subject to civil investigation. As part of this plan, each agency shall identify up to 9 potential civil compliance investigations of publicly traded corporations, large nonprofit corporations or associations, foundations with assets of $500 million or more, state and local bar and medical associations and institutions of higher education with endowments over $1 billion. They say full details of how the Trump administration would enforce civil compliance investigations were not immediately available. So the order issued on Tuesday stipulates that the federal and private sector employment preferences for military veterans could continue. They say the order was celebrated by conservative activists and Republican leaders. It's also met with condemnation from civil rights leaders who are strategizing on how to respond to Trump's actions. Of course, we know Al Sharpton has something to say. And it said he formally announced Wednesday the organization is part in their plans to identify 2 companies in the next 90 days that will be boycotted for abandoning DEI pledges. Now, we know Walmart was kind of hit with a backlash for those similar things. They're saying that we're reading this for a reason, so just bear with me. They say Basil Smeekle, it's a political strategy and policy advisor, said he was troubled by the Trump administration's assertion that diversity programs were diminishing the importance of individual merit, aptitude, hard work, and determination because it suggests that women and people of color lack merit or qualifications. It say this effort to hinder, if not erode, the political and economic power of people of color and women. They say when it opens up the door for more cronyism. Okay. They say the White House did respond to a request to address the civil rights advocates. Trump also instructed the federal government departments and agencies to dismantle all DEI programs, advise employees of such programs that they will be immediately placed on leave. They said the government should, by the end of the business on Wednesday, inform employees of any government offices or units focused on exclusive DEI. Their program will be shut down and employees placed on leave. The Office of Personnel Management said in a memorandum. Okay. So he also signed a memorandum on Tuesday that ended the Biden administration to promote diversity in the FAA and ordered the FAA administration to immediately stop DEI hiring. He ordered the FAA to conduct safety review that would replace any employees who failed to demonstrate their competence. And so now we wanted to talk about that because a lot of people are speaking about Trump ending these DEI programs. A lot of people are upset about this. You have to remember this diversity, equity, and inclusion programs was not birthed out of the black community. FBAs didn't fight for that, didn't campaign for that. The DEI program came up with the uprising of George Floyd. Corporations started coming up with this diversity, equity, inclusion programs to make themselves seem like they were, lockstep with, the black community because of what we were talking about, a lot of racism, white supremacy at the time when the uprising of George Floyd. We did not fight for that. We did not create that. We didn't do any of that. Then when you start looking into the DEI programs, who was the main beneficiary of DEI programs? It was white women. It was not even black women, right? White women were leading diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. White women got hired more. And if it wasn't white women, it was white LGBT had got hired more with DEI programs. DEI was the remix of affirmative action. And we know black Americans, FBAs, did not benefit from affirmative action at all. We did not. It was a come up for white women. It was a come up for white LGBT. Maybe a couple of black people, got sprinkled in here and there, but it was mostly a benefit to them. So them getting rid of DEI programs and things like that, I think is a good thing. Let me tell you why. If a corporation, this is where I'm gonna start looking at the corporations, or even made so about a little bit about in where you shop. If the corporations are very quick to roll that back and they start having this attitude toward black people, they stop hiring black people, then this is how I take it. If you don't hire black people, then you don't need my money because you don't really hire no black people here. You don't want black people here. See, let me tell you something what they want to do. And they want to try to roll things back where everybody is just all white everything. And that's not going to work. Now, I know some of you Democrat shields will say, that's what we tried to tell you. Kamala wouldn't have been doing all that. No, she wouldn't have done that. But here's what she would have been doing. She would have piled on 13 million more migrants on top of what we have now. She would have made sure to take resources that are supposed to go to FBAs and give it to the migrants. That's what she would have done. And that alone is one of the main reasons why I say, oh, no, not her. Trump, he's already started mass deportations, right? I don't depend on DEI programs for nothing. And the majority of you who are out here, who are black, who are working, you didn't get hired because of some DEI program. You didn't. So let's not even go there. Like if they take away, they're going to take away a DEI program. Man, they can take away whatever program they want to take away. Let me tell you something about black folk. Black folk gonna be just fine. We are survivors. We know how to make $1 out of 15 cents. We are innovative people. We know how to do what we need to do as a people. These people have thrown everything at us and we still survive and we keep moving and we improve every year. Everything these people have done to us, we should be extinct already. I mean, seriously. But yet we're still here as a people. So like all that mess that they talking about DEI and getting rid of this and get rid of that and merit and all that. Well, we know the BS with the merit. The merit thing is a cover. We know that. But let it happen. Let it happen. Because one thing that I like to see is this going to force my people to get their act together. You understand? This is going to force my people to take that leap into creating their own business where they ain't got to worry about nobody's DEI program. They ain't got to worry about begging these people for anything. They don't have to worry about it. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if a corporation say, nah, we don't care what he say, we're going to continue doing this. Okay, then let you know what their intentions are. And if a corporation say, yeah, let's hurry up and get rid of it. Yeah, let's do that. Well, they wasn't really meaning that from the start. They will just want to get the black dollars, right? So, yeah, let's pay attention to the corporations that mean it and the corporations that's going to stand on business on it, because he can't force a private corporation to get rid of diversity, equity, inclusion programs. He can't force them to do that. Now, could they sue him about it? Sure, but that's going to make them look bad. It's not going to make the corporation look bad. It's just that simple. And this all fluff. Be honest with you, this is a bunch of fluff. This is to make his base happy. But I'm going to say something to that ignorant side of his base. Let me say something to them. You can get rid of all the DEI programs you want. You still not getting a job. You're not getting one because you can go get one right now. All the migrants that Trump about to get out of here, there's going to be a lot of jobs for white people to get. It's gonna be a lot. And all them jobs on them farms, go get them. Because trust me, black folks not fooling with the farms. So you go get those good farm jobs out there. Go work for those farmers. It's in your community. Go work for them. It's going to be a lot of jobs available for you to go work, right? You don't have to worry about no DEI program. You ain't got to worry about no migrant. Go out there and work those jobs. But here's the kicker. You don't want to go work those jobs. Even if they open up tomorrow, you don't want to work those jobs. No. You too good to work those jobs. But listen, my people going to be all right. Because like I said, we were fine before DEI. You know, there was an America before DEI and black folks were just fine. I remember it. There was an America before TikTok too. And we were just fine. We communicated very well. I'm just saying that we ain't always had certain things. And so if black folks were fine before DEI, black folks will be fine after it too. We always going to be okay because we God's children. Now the rest of these people, I can't really speak on them and how they going to get down and how they going to feel. I can't speak on any of it. But what I can say is that take it all away. Go ahead.